Good morning to you. It's a vibrant Thursday here from our studios, and we are thrilled to welcome you to our unique breakfast show. I hope you had a beautiful night rest. I hope your week is looking beautiful, and I hope you are also looking forward to that restful weekend or that party weekend that's forthcoming. My name is Omoto Shola Sharimak, and I welcome you to today's show. Of course, I'm not riding solo. I'm here with the full squad. I mean, today is not one person is left behind or two persons are left behind. The full squad are all on set. Hello, ladies. Moremi Ajashuro. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we have Beyonce.
It's called
Good
Miss
morning.
World. Hi, guys.
And Anita Bika. Okay, this is not Anita Bika. This is like the most unique of us all. Hello, Mama.
With the
Good
dark
morning.
lips.
Good
It's
morning.
giving dark
How are you?
femme.
I'm doing pretty well. How have you been?
Very fine, thank you.
And how is the rest of the week looking like?
Blissful. I mean, it's tomorrow. I can't wait to go home. So yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing you say you can't wait to go. It feels like
It's
there's
the
a
second
change.
time.
Second time, you're
time.
even counting it.
Should we be concerned?
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
good.
next
I got
question.
it.
Okay.
We
Sure.
got it together.
Okay.
Okay, we're here to listen. All right. I don't have to ask everyone. I just have to mention this that today is World Diabetes Day.
Yeah.
Which more like to be talked on our primetime show. Don't worry. During our banter, we'll talk more about. I mean, during our topic for the day, we'll brief a little bit about World Diabetes Day. So if you're here to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV, click the subscribe button now, and also go to our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our X page. You do not want to miss any of the content we dish out there. Today, Thursdays, is when we share relatable or trending stories, and today will be a perfect definition of relatable as it concerns us all. First, let's run off on this break, and when we return, the headlines across the globe will be coming up next. Glad to have you back. It's still West Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? Now let's take a look at the news from the pages of today's newspaper. Today we have the Punch, we have the Vanguard, the Guardian, and of course the New York Times. And I will be starting with the New York Times because we want to start prioritizing our home country. We don't want to put the best for the last. We want to put our Nigeria for the last. New York Times, please fly us out of the country.
All right, straight into the international space, New York Times newspaper. But the right side of the newspaper, we have many women see as setback, many disagree. Next to that, at Trump's side, Musk put stamp on next United States era. All right, by the left side of the newspaper, toll on brain for veterans in the fast boats. Bottom of the newspaper, 130 billion US dollar Hong Kong mansion priced to sell. I really don't know what that news is about, but the last one on the headline of the newspaper says Archbishop of Canterbury quits over findings in abuse scandal. All right, the one I want to quickly touch on is just, I think it's just give, more details rather on what's really going on with the, United States elections. And I'm just wondering, why haven't they, just call out, we already know that, Trump is the president-elect, but they should just put it in papers and we should just know officially that, oh, this is the president. And I really don't know what they're waiting for, probably due to the, the felony and all of those, issues that are still in the court. But this one says that the passage illustrates the frustration felt by many liberal, left-leaning women in the United States after a large number of women voted for Donald Trump in the presidential election. So many liberals believe that Trump's policy and behavior harm women's rights. So they were surprised that so many women would support him. And I feel like it's the same here in Nigeria because, having conversation with certain persons, you hear them say, oh, because I'm a woman doesn't mean I have to vote in for Kamala. Yeah. And they're like, oh, what Kamala stood for was something that wasn't, aligning with what they stand for. And that's why many of them went for, the women. So the liberals, that's people that are in support of the democratic system, the Democratic Party, rather, in the United States. They were a bit surprised that, okay, this woman, the Kamala Harris is a woman, right? And, at the back of everybody's head, you're thinking that other women will actually vote for her since, she's a woman and she's actually like, exactly. But surprisingly, majority of the women actually voted for Trump. So they're like, okay, but this is a woman running, so how come? But again, I just feel like,
But this
The-
particular fact is conflicting with something else that I saw. Because
Tell me.
Breakdown of the number of men and women, percentage of men and women that voted, and Kamala had more women, while Trump had
Well,
more men.
According to what
Conflicting
the New York Times
news
is
can
saying,
be
so I
quite
don't know.
funny.
I think
That's the
they're
thing.
just expecting the fact that statistically we have more women than the men. So if more women had voted for
Kamala.
with the population, the statistics
Yeah.
of the women, she would have
Won,
won the
actually.
US.
I think
Yeah.
while we're generalizing women, we also know that there are black women, there are white women, there are the Latinos
Sure,
and
sure,
Asians.
sure.
So I feel like that also played a role. If in the US there are more white women than black women, and then maybe that case would be that more white women will vote for Donald Trump than black women. So that could be the reason. For
Right?
the
So, I mean, that's it for the New York Times newspaper. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me start with the Guardian newspaper. The major headline reads, World Diabetes Day, epidemic worsen as cost of drugs hit 100,000 naira per patient monthly. And there is the description of the World Diabetes Day of people taking their blood samples to check their blood level. Away from that, customs overshot 5 trillion naira target, anticipates 10% leap. Vandals attack another transition stations in Kogi State. President Tinubu urges patience as households tighten belts, focus on necessity. Wike justifies houses for judges, says no chance for Atiku in PDP. Federal government vows to crush new terror group amid 1,545 reported deaths last month. ICPC laments risk in probing high-profile cases, while NHRC raises alarm on rise in kidnapping, killings, child abandonment. The last but one headline says, Disco suspend Unistar Mr. Phase. Meter phase out over FCCP's directive. And the last one from the page of the Guardian newspaper reads, Makinde, which is the governor of Oyo State, Adeleke, which is the governor of Osun State, presents 678 billion naira, 390 billion naira budget to lawmakers. And the headline I will be talking about is obviously on the World Diabetes Day. As the country marks as countries, because it's no longer one country, as countries mark World Diabetes Day today, the alarming body of its prevalence in Nigeria and the anguished sufferers and care practitioners alike have been brought to the forefront. The deadly lifestyle disease is assuming an epidemic proportion nationwide, exceeding the national average of 5.7% to 10.7% in the Southwest as part of the country, and about 43% of communities are now at risk. The worst is that the cost of care now ranges between 500,000 naira to 800,000 naira per patient, with the estimated cost of medication in excess of 100,000 naira in a month. And I'm saying this because I think almost everybody can relate to diabetes. Maybe not our grandmother, maybe not our mother, but maybe someone that we know,
They've had to
that has to do with diabetes. And if the cost of insulin for insulin's inhaler is now priced, we can imagine what these people have to deal with. Just to buy drugs for your health in a month goes for 100,000 naira.
Yeah.
And we know that 100,000 naira can be used to take care of the house for that month, even though it's not be enough to take care of everybody in the month. But I can't imagine people now having to take 100,000 naira out of the monthly
And this is not
budget.
for healing sake.
This is just for
managing.
maintenance. Yeah.
You're managing diabetes because they say that diabetes has no cure at some point like that. But now you're managing this ailment, but you have to spend almost 800,000 naira per person.
Patient.
Like when I think about it, I have to be looking for 800,000 probably every 3 months to be able to stay alive.
You know, the sad thing
It's
about it is
scary.
I used to think diabetes was just, prone, or elderly people were more prone to it until I had an age mate, sometime around last year or last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And when this person went to the hospital and came back, I was shocked by what I saw. He had emaciated so badly. It was terrible, but thank God that he was able to come out of it. And I know that
I know of a friend that
at
has
this
partial
point,
stroke at
even
age 25.
people that are very young need to take care of their health. All these diseases that we think are for old people are now coming to young ones. And the world is changing. The things that we eat now, it has more effect on our bodies than we imagine. So it's time to take good care of your health.
Yeah. Please take us through the punch.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The Punch newspaper, the major headline reads, Governorship poll, Shatima APC bigwigs storm Ondo, PDP campaigns for Ajayi. 22,239 police officers arrive at Akure. INEC deploys BVAS today. Court sacks Obi's LP candidate. We also have ATMs empty as banks ration withdrawals. Missing man found dead near Ogun Stream. Okpebolo fires permanent secretaries dissolve boards. For the Lukwara killing, survivors recount horror attacks. DHQ deploy more troops. And that's all we have for the Punch paper this morning.
And that's all we have on today's headlines across the globe. For more details, please visit the different newspapers we talked about and also run to our different social media platforms to stay updated. And we'll go on this quick break to return with our hot topic for the day. Please be on standby. You're still on to the best channel. This is West Breakfast. I'm introducing it to you again. Please do not change this down. As mentioned earlier, I said today's topic would be a very relatable one as we're diving into a topic that's close to all of our hearts. How to keep strong, healthy relationships with our families and our friends. Whether you are navigating the highs and lows of family dynamics or striving to maintain those cherished friendships, we've got some tips and insights that can help you strengthen those bonds. From setting healthy boundaries to creating lasting memories, we explore practical ways to nurture the relationships that make life better and richer. As they say, we cannot do this life alone, which means we need our families and our friends in our life journey. So today, the conversation will be on how to keep strong relationships with family and friends. And I will be starting with what is that one thing we do regularly to strengthen our bonds with our family and our friends. Let me share a quick story. Growing up as a child, I enjoyed the family bonding, everybody together in the same place. Yes, loads of fights and arguments. Oh, calm down. Yeah, explain. You speak too fast, blah, blah, blah. But it was all fun, everybody being in the same space, drive to work or to school, rather, or to church in the same car, do things in uniform, and it was so nice. But right now, everybody has grown different. I mean, everybody has gone to schools. The one that is married. The one that is staying in different states, staying in different states. We barely even come home together during festive period. You hear one saying, "Oh, mom, the flight from my area to that place is very far. Let me just send money. Don't use this." Even me, I think I do. I've done like 2-3 times now, and I don't intend to even still go this Utah season. Okay, I intend to go. When I heard the price of transportation, I just changed my mind. And it's something that low-key, I feel like we still need that bond. The only thing bringing siblings together right now, not only siblings, families, extended families, cousins together right now is burials, not even weddings. Because people choose not to come to your wedding, burials. Maybe grandmother died or grandpa died and everybody has to come.
When they're gone
for burials.
You don't even show up for burials, which means some of your cousins do not know you. The last time I went home for this thing, one of my father's friends was saying, if he had met me outside, would have probably asked me out because he never knew my father gave birth to me. Okay, the only resemblance is the glasses. We wear glasses together and that's all. And it's so painful because how do we not intend to have our own children and then introduce them to, okay, this is Uncle Agbaja, this is, remember those third term, what did they call it? Third term holiday,
Yeah.
where
Summer
everybody will
break.
have summer break, everybody will come together, play, just innocent play. But right now, we don't even talk to most of our cousins again because maybe they bill us too much, or maybe we feel like we're not up to their level or something. And the little people we have, we don't know how to keep the bonds with them. So let me start by saying, what are those things that we still do right now to strengthen and keep the bond between our friends and our families?
I think the first thing you mentioned was, what's that one thing that you do regularly to keep in touch? I post on my status.
What?
How
On
is
my
that keeping in
WhatsApp
touch?
so that you can know that I'm still alive.
Alive.
It's like proof of life. See me, oh. Then if you comment or if you don't comment, I might still send it to your DM so that you know that, yes, I'm alive. You to send me a picture. I think that's one of the things I can do, especially when I know that I'm not entirely so social when it comes to WhatsApp, Instagram, and all those social media platforms where people now keep in touch regularly. But in terms of family dynamics, I grew up in a polygamous home. So we have so many families. And then being from Lagos again, everybody knows everybody. So I cannot entirely know my cousins or my nephews. We only go to the ones that we can go to, kneel down for hours, meet everybody, and then disappear from there. Sometimes when we even take numbers, we can't keep in touch because of the only thing that made us mutual was just the greeting. I know your father, my father knows, and that was it. So it's also very tough keeping long relationships, especially when it's cousins and first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, like that. But my immediate cousins are always like dear to my heart. I always try to keep in touch with them because they're going to be the ones to help you, maybe carry kids. They're going to be the ones to come to your house, come to your party, do stuff with you. So that's like my major focus. My first cousins are like the most important people I can keep in touch with for now. I'm not doing more than
Let
that.
me hear from the Igbo tribe. I think you guys are more united than the Yoruba tribe, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what you think, but you know that many of us, because we're from the east, our eastern location is so far away. I mean, I was telling, it's not Chinelo the other day, that the last time I traveled to the east was 2008.
I thought you guys enjoy going home to your
that's
mansion
something.
in
They're
the
always-
village.
That's
always-
something.
they're
Yes,
always excited.
and that's true. But my own family dynamics again. So
Right.
we didn't always travel regularly. We don't travel regularly. So I think it's gone are those days when you say Igbo people are the ones that are always going home every Christmas and all. But if you're talking about building and strengthening family bonds, I'd like to first start with the nuclear family, because thinking about extended family is so overwhelming. You can't be so overburdened by thinking about all the number of cousins, nieces, nephews, and uncles, aunties. They're not even thinking about you like that. I'm sorry to say. So I try to focus as much on my nuclear family, my father, my mother, and in my own context, my two brothers. So there was this hack I found. I said it one time on the show, and it's really helped me. So it's about being deliberate with calling them. So, after school, some of us just leave our parents and we are hustling, we're trying to make ends meet. And sometimes I pity these parents. People that you send to school, they leave you immediately, they are done, and it's just them in the house.
Immediately they enter part one. Some of them stop coming home for holidays.
Sometimes I'm like, oh God, I'm going to be a mother soon. Are they going to do this to me? Like, immediately I was done with school, I had moved already. And probably because of work and other things I was doing and distance. Do you understand? I'm like, wow. When did you go? Even when I was in school, how many times did I visit home? So I know that sometimes physically meeting might not be possible. So the hack I do is to intentionally call. And calling, if you're not intentional, you would never call. So there's this thing where you can actually set reminders and set a timer that 2 times every week, I'm going to call my parents for 30 minutes to speak to my siblings for 30 minutes. It's easier if your siblings are online. My brother uses WhatsApp a lot. In fact, I know he's alive by his status, like you mentioned. Thread of different things, memes and scope and everything. I'm like, okay, so this one is fine, right? Emmanuel hardly use his social media. My parents, what do they know about social media? So you know that you cannot depend on WhatsApp chat and all. I have to call them. And my siblings, I have to call them as well. So I try to use this hack of setting a reminder, a timer. Okay, Tuesday, Thursdays, I will call my parents. And you'll notice that in a month, you would have spoken to them more than you would just leave it to chance. If you leave the calling to chance, whenever I feel like, you always be feeling guilty. Because there was a time I was always feeling guilty for not speaking to my parents. And my mother, trust her to guilt trip you. They always call me precious. And I'll be like, I'm so sorry.
Now, once she posts on her WhatsApp status and people respond, she assumes that she is fine. For Oluchi, she sets timer to call.
Set a
For
timer.
God to be to my apologies. What do you do to stay in contact with them?
So I think it's actually together with what they have both said. I mean, I feel like it's a mix of what, that's what I literally do, right? So the thing is, I mean, everybody in my space, my mom, my sister, I mean, we are just how many? My junior sister especially, she's the only daughter that I have, if you get one.
I mean, I love that type of family.
You're just two in
I
your
mean,
family.
very
My mom
close.
gave birth to 7.
Well,
I'm sorry.
3, and the 3 still looks like a number because I'm dealing with boys. I don't have a sister, so I feel like it's so different having to
Nah,
deal
I
with
have 3
boys.
boys, 3 girls.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I
You're a
mean,
family woman.
So I think it's because we are already like, how many now? So it's quite easy for us to have like conversations. Do you get what I'm saying? Especially my sister. In short, let me even give you guys this gist. So, I mean, she just opened a new account on OPay now. So she was able to get the card. This babe's video that's there, where she was dancing, how she was opening it. And you know the way these content creators do, like, they gave me, this babe did unbox. She gave me full video. In my head, I'm like, can you rest? Do you understand? Exactly. So you see that's how, literally, like, that's how close we are.
is there.
So if, for example, my mom, I mean, only this week alone, she has given me just like how many. So sometimes, I mean, sure, they understand that, I mean, calling and all of those things, I can be very busy, right? But when it comes to WhatsApp messages, hi, I have to start looking from one to one. Sometimes she gives me voice notes. Hey, you need to see what happened in market today. Mama, I already know what happened.
would you
Don't
want to
worry.
talk about friends? Because they didn't talk about friends. How do you
friends.
strengthen your bond with
So
friends?
the thing is, I mean, I think everybody on this table
You are
already
a
knows that
loner.
I don't keep friends. Loner, certified loner. Okay. So I mean, everybody knows that I don't keep friends, but I try as much as possible to be in good terms with everybody, right? So any day we see, we vibe. I mean, that's where the lady vibe comes in. So any day we see, we vibe, and I will ensure that for every time that we see, it's something that you get to always remember. That's how I am actually. I don't
Okay.
keep friends, so I
like
try as
that.
much as possible to. I mean, for every time Oluchi comes, I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
And when you
How's
don't
life
see
and
Oluchi
everything?
and that's
Eh,
it.
that's it. I mean, everybody has everything. Something very, very important that they're doing. I cannot be
So
very.
you're a type of friend that when we see, we see. When we do not, out of sight,
I feel like
out
that's
of
how,
mind.
I feel like that's how it should be actually.
For you, God's beauty Israel 2024.
The Lord is your strength.
But you are
It feels like
viewers,
you've
please.
been looking for what to use and quote her. You have been looking. So
Wahala.
you have
No.
been looking
I've
for
not
what?
been looking, just came. But you are viewers. Let us know, how do you maintain bond with your family and friends? What do you do differently? Are you a WhatsApp person? Are you a reminder calling person? Are you the type of person that your siblings and your parents, they are always in touch, always giving you the update? Or what do you do differently? So now I want to start hitting the nail on the head. Can you ladies share a time where or either your family or your friend hurt you so bad that you found it really hard to forgive the person and let it go? That you didn't end up cutting off the person. Remember, it's family and friends now. That you didn't end up
Wow.
cutting off the person. I'll share a quick story. Part 1 in uni, I had my mommy's junior sister. She stays in Ibadan. Part 1 in uni, I wore a shirt gown. I don't know if you know this checkers shirt gown. That's what I wore. I was in part 1 in uni, fresh out of my parents' house. I wore a flat shoe with it, then my normal. I've always liked to tie my hair. So I wore my normal C-cut wig then. All the sewing wig was still trending then.
Okay.
That was what I wore. And I took pictures and I posted it on Facebook. She took the picture, sent it to my father's WhatsApp, and complained to my father, look at what I'm wearing in school. That I'm just in part 1. I'm already opening my body. I'm already opening my skin. It hurt me to my bone that, I mean, I stopped talking to her. I blocked her. I took my father's phone, blocked myself.
Wow.
Through my father's phone on Facebook. Because my father has a very nice, Shamaki Chris. So when you see the name Chris, you think of him as a young man. So I blocked myself on his phone. Then my auntie blocked her WhatsApp, Facebook, everywhere. So I just forgot
You're
about
doing
her.
too much.
I know I was doing too much. Years after, after uni, she reached back to me that, do I know that we've grown up? That she doesn't like the fact that I'm still holding that thing to her. The truth of the matter is, I'm still holding that thing to her. I feel like she would have reached out to me first. And I feel like she's exposed. You stay in Ibadan, not Ondo State, not Ondo Town, not Ogbomosho. You should not be, okay, it's not like a short gown. For me to wear it to a school, it means it's accepted. What do you have to go to my parents, then tell my parents to tell me, then put me on the group chat and make me the subject of the matter? I hate to be on the spot. So for me, have I forgiven her? Yes. But have you connected the bond back? Honestly, it's a no.
They
I
say
feel like that's
forgiveness
okay.
is really, it's not complete till reconciliation, and has really been.
I don't
bad.
understand that.
I don't.
So there are some people
I
that
don't agree.
I know
Okay,
you will
thank
not.
you, Jesus.
I don't agree.
I'm not the only one.
I would like
okay.
to.
It's okay.
I would like to say that while I cannot share this personal story,
Okay.
it has sort of created a very deep sense of I don't care what happens to you. Like vibe for me when I see the person, even when I know that the person is struggling, I can see everybody laughing and they're trying to help the person. I'm like, yeah, I really want to help you. It's a lie. I don't want to help you, but I just have to because everybody seems to be doing the same thing. So what she did was so it's so deep rooted that it has affected me from childhood up till now, even for future decisions. So you can see how bad that is. That it's not just the dress, and then you can say that, well, I've grown up now, so I can do whatever I like. I can stand up to the person. But this is something that had to do with mental and physical things. So I don't know.
Let me tell
Forgiveness is there, but no reconciliation.
I mean,
sorry.
Relate it to your own personal story.
Let me tell you something that really burdened me for a very long time. So I noticed that anytime, I think it's my kind of makeup. When I mean makeup, like the way I'm built emotionally, I can really take things to heart, and day and night I'm thinking of it, I'm connecting dots, I'm trying to see what really went wrong. Am I the one that's wrong? I'm not the type that can easily suppress emotions and just bury it. I don't care and all of that. I would care. As far as I'm going to be seeing you the next day, or I have your number, or I'll see your status. There are some people I have blocked, I will unblock them. Because I'm like, I still know this person. How can I just totally delete the fact that I know people like this? So there was something I had to tell myself, that I cannot be burdened by offenses. It is a weight, and it is a terrible weight. So I noticed that sometimes, people fall out. There are different relationships and friendships that do not work, and it can burden you. So I tell myself that every fallout in relationship is just a lesson for me, and I shouldn't overthink it to the extent that I'm now burdened by it. So I had to deal with offenses in a very different way than always thinking, because I noticed that sometimes it was leading to bitterness.
So has anyone ever hurt you so bad, and this person is like your friend or your family? How did you overcome the entire hurt, and how did you forgive them? For me, I said I've forgiven them. I've forgiven the auntie. But we've not connected back. Like I used to really care about her. We've not connected back. She's grown up, I'm grown up, and everybody's fine. Perfect.
Many times, when it comes to connection, you will not have a problem with connecting back with me, except you do not want to connect. So some people will not connect back with you because of the guilt they feel from hurting you. So you will not find that problem from my own end, because I'm very more like carefree, and my heart is open. If you want to connect back and want us to still be friends the way we used to, we can. But if you feel like it's already odd and you don't know how to build that again, then that one is on you.
Does that apply to friendship too?
Yes,
Somebody
it does.
that did you strong thing. The person
Well,
now
maybe
comes
because
back,
I
they're now
cannot-
going back to
You're
the
not
same
alone.
way.
I don't want to see
Maybe
you
I've not
again.
had
Just go
any
and prosper in
major
your world.
friendship
Maybe
fallout,
that- yes,
like the
maybe
one that
that.
is betrayal, they stole your
And I'm
money
sorry
and
to
all
say,
of
they
that.
said friendship breakup is more painful than relationship breakup.
Yeah, that's, I guess
yes,
that can be true.
Actually.
Gospel cannot relate.
I cannot relate. I am sorry.
Let's hear your
Are you
own
sure
side
you
of it.
cannot
See,
relate? Or maybe
Oh, you
because
I'm
you
being for
can
real.
so fast.
Maybe because
See, the thing is, I hear you of all of the things. You see why I've been very quiet, because I just wanted you to land.
I know.
See, the thing is, if somebody do something bad to you, right, and he really pain you, and this person knows that, oh, I did this person this dirty thing, right, and this person did not apologize or anything. Now, it is not on you to carry the burden, because I hear you when you were saying, oh, the burden was too heavy, it was too just. Bruh, this person has done this thing to you. Move on.
Like, were your friendship with people on this part of the shoulder? So if anything happens, you just let them
Just
off.
let
the
them-
reason
it's
why
as
you
simple
can
as
say
that.
the reason why you
way.
can say move on is probably you're not putting emotions and
Exactly
feelings and heart into it.
right.
Like,
See,
you can't
see,
say that.
Lucci,
If you had somebody that was your
Lucci.
friend that you loved so much, you did things together with, and they do something to hurt
It
you.
will hurt you
Why do you
so
think
bad.
moving on is the simplest thing that can happen?
That's
when
the
you
thing.
have built
That's-
a bond
See.
that is stronger than whatever.
So what will be the solution? Having
The solution
to
is that
reconcile?
you would probably grieve, you will be hurtful. If that it is a kind of situation that you can still reconcile on, I don't mind reconciling.
That would take me back to what she said earlier. It's because you've not been in that shoe where the person did you something very dirty.
Maybe.
Trust me, see,
Maybe.
there's no, it's just like when somebody do something that and the person breaks your trust. It's like mirror. Even when you put them together, like those
scars are still there.
those scars are still there. So you see, you see one thing people don't realize is the fact that a person that you call your friend that will do you something dirty, that is supposed to give you like a warning that this person is actually not how you perceive that person to be. Because if you want to reconcile, trust me, that person will do that same thing again. It might be in a different partner, understanding friend. It might be in a different pattern. But trust me, it will happen.
So I'll just see this in a different context. It depends on what exactly was done to hurt. There are some things that are very flimsy that people.
That you will naturally reconcile.
No, you are misquoting me now. I'm saying
Somebody
that.
collect your husband, you will now come back and say you are reconciled.
Talk not
They will not do that.
Back to
in
the way,
Jesus' name.
back to the way you were.
for real.
They will not do that. In
Okay, so we are still talking about how to keep strong relationships with friends and families. So we have to go on this break. But when we come back, I want to put this food of thought in our heart so we can ponder our right. And when we come back, we'll start talking. How do we maintain keeping up speed and balance, spending time? It's no longer a phone thing. How do we ensure we still spend time with our family and friends with our personal busy schedule? We are trying to make dollars. Me, I'm no longer making millions because I've left that stage. Dollars, pounds. I mean, thousands of or millions of dollars.
It's not Zimbabwean dollars. Because
Okay, US dollars. So how do we balance spending time with family and friends with our own personal work commitment? Please think about it. After this break, we'll start taking the heartfelt, deep conversation. When the anchors, please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional, Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed.
From in-depth interviews with industry experts
To real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth.
we dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships.
Thursdays, 10 a.m.
Don't miss Partner Up.
You're welcome back to the studio. You're welcome back. As mentioned earlier, we are still talking about a very relatable topic: how to keep strong relationship bonds with our family and friends. In a world where everybody has now grown apart, everybody is now busy trying to do one or two things, and sometimes we even forget to spend time with our own offspring or our own sibling or our own parent. We now focus on ourselves, we're trying to grow. At times it's unintentional. We don't plan to do all of this, but we forget that, okay, we come from a root, we have a family we're connected to, and we have a friend that's connected to us. So before I went on a break, I said we're going to talk about how do we balance spending time with family and friends with our own work and personal commitment. What do you think you can do? What have you been doing?
I think over the years, my siblings and my nieces and nephews know that I'm very spontaneous with outings. So I could just hit them up in the morning that I have somewhere to go to in the evening. Will you join me? And then they can decide to join, and when they do, we get talking and then we catch up with whatever we have missed out on. So mine is just spontaneity. I'm always spontaneous when it comes to outing, and they already know me for that. So.
But that doesn't always work when there's distance.
I was going to say that.
I'm in Lagos and my brothers are in Abia
For
State.
example, when I was in Abuja, I used to come home intentionally for certain birthdays, and then when I'm home, within that 1 week that I'm home, they know that one of these days, my auntie is going to call me that we are going somewhere.
Spend money.
We are going out.
The go out is for sightseeing.
It's not for sightseeing.
To drop some cash.
So that's it. It's just spontaneity, and then that's it.
I think it's just maximizing holidays and festive seasons a lot. So I did something to my brothers last year. I told them, I prepped them. I said, this December we're going out. They were so ready for me, ready. We're like,
You didn't
precious.
take them out.
I'm so sorry, Emmanuel and Chigos. It's occurred.
It's not called.
Beyond my control, and we didn't go out. So this year again, He's still in school. I think he's back
I think
now.
you should
told
not
him,
promise them.
I don't
because
know
you're
why.
raising their hopes.
I-
And that's why I do
like
spontaneity,
promising.
because anything
So I told
can
him
happen.
that we're going out again, like the way we went on last time. And I'm going to shock them this December. I'm going to take them out. So I think festive seasons, holidays,
Spend
is
time.
very good time to bond. I mean, people that travel away from their family during festive season, except if you're always with your family, I feel like it's very, very unfair. I always love when I step out during festive seasons to malls, to cinemas, and you
I
see
don't like the
families
crowd.
together. Apart from the crowd, but there's that bond, and it's so
Yeah, to be
beautiful.
honest,
I think I
yes.
went out December around that Yaba area, cinema, and I saw this family were together. In fact, one even beckoned on me because I was waiting for someone. Probably thought I was a lone wolf. I was like, no, don't worry, I'm waiting for someone. But it was so cool. So festive seasons like the one that we're having in December is good time to maximize and bond with family.
God's beauty.
I think intentionality is key, actually. Of all the things mentioned here, is when you're intentional about, being with them and all of that. I mean, there used to be a time where I used to like live alone, right? And at that time, it was always like a problem, especially for my mama. She's always complaining, oh, you never come to see us, blah, 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 blah. But we did talk on WhatsApp with this woman. But again, what I not there doing was, I mean, everybody knows I'm a script writer here, so I just take like all my jobs and all of that. She not to see me because I'm literally working. It's not like I'm not busy during the weekends, but because you want to see me and all of that, so I'll just take all my works and I'll just go meet them weekends.
And do
so
you
I try
spend
as much
time
as
with
possible.
her, or you are just there because they want to see you?
No, of course I spend time with her because I mean most of the times I'm always in her shop because she sells books and Bibles and all of those things, so I'm always in her shop.
So you
I'm
can see where the book thing came
exactly. Voila. So I'm always in her shop and I'm sitting there, and she said most of the time that she's not selling.
So
She's
while
sitting
you're
close to
working,
me.
you're
While I'm
chit-chatting.
working, exactly, she's giving me I say, Mama,
And
what
even
is what is
mothers
it
can
again?
gist.
Tell
They'll
me.
tell you everything happening in the
literally,
extended
They
family.
tell you. And she's not like that to give like I'm a boss about other people.
Yeah.
It's about what's going on in the house. Something I already know. She will still give you the gist. In my say that's there's one door like that in the room is really shaking. Mama, I know that one already. I know.
But she say, please talk
but
to
she will
your
still want
brothers.
to exactly. So
Like,
that's
I-
it.
oh, that
I
one.
think for me, the fact that my siblings and I, my parents and I, were not in the same space, my mother ensures she calls all of us every day. I mean, I want to learn that skill from her so bad. She calls all of us every day.
Every
But what do you
day.
do physically?
I mean, every day. I mean, there's a time that my mother does not call between 8 to 9. Maybe she's doing something or trying to go to her
Mom,
workspace.
that's
She'll call before
impressive.
12. She calls every day. And the way she's calling my sisters, my brother in school and all of them. She calls
very
everybody.
intentional.
I want to learn that skill. I can't even keep up with calling a partner every day. So, and then when I go home for Christmas, what I intentionally do about it, when I go home for Christmas, I try to put my phone away. Because she's spending time with you, even if it's just 1 week or 2 weeks. She wants you to be involved in her life. Me too, I want her to be involved in my own life. The one thing I learned recently is open up to your mothers. I think I keep to myself a lot.
Why did Okiki
The camera should be on Okiki right now. So we send this clip to your mom.
No, our mom is watching, I'm very sure.
I know that my mom is watching,
Mrs. Jennifer
but
is watching this woman.
I mean, I learned that thing pretty late. I keep to myself a lot. My sister complained, my older sister complained a lot about it. So a friend of mine spoke to me that, see, she's your mother. Don't be worried for her. Let her be worried for her. She gave birth to you. Even if you are thinking that she'll be worried and everything, I started to open up small. When I had accommodation issues, I mean, my mother sent me agent number. The agent was in Aja, but it was the thoughts that matter. She didn't know the distance between, but it was the thoughts that matter. So right now, I'm not in that
You'll always
space
be
of
her baby, no matter
opening
your
up
age.
to. I used to feel like I can also have my own child.
That's why I love this quote that they say you are loved at home. You
Ah,
are actually
yeah.
very loved at home. Like, if you think the whole world is against you, your family members
your-
can never be.
Just a family member, say your
Generally.
mother.
Your mother, your father, your
mother.
siblings are your
I mean,
biggest fans. I can't.
generally.
Well,
That's why I say your
I'm
mother.
I'm just going to be more. I'm going to
Don't
be
like
Like
you
you
general.
heard of witchcraft.
I know
don't-
that
don't
some
have
people,
general.
there are exceptions, right? But me, I'm just speaking
Okay.
based on what I have seen and heard.
So I'm going
So-
to personally talk about my mother, and I know she's watching this. My mom is the most, like, you have her listening to you every time you want to say something, good, bad, ugly. But the moment you people fight, something will go wrong there. She'll tell you that that's why this thing happened to you.
You
If you
get
had
fight
done-
with the
if
woman
you had
that
done it this way, this is what would have happened. So
yeah.
that one is like the flaw with telling her everything.
Everything.
I used to be the one to keep to myself,
That's
and she was like, Oti, do you know Drew? You have
Yeah.
to open up, and that's why this is used to happen to you. I said, this is exactly why I don't talk to you.
One thing I wanted to mention is this. I'm no mother yet, but I think that if you want to have a strengthened bond with your children when they're adults, you start from small.
Yeah.
If you're the type of mother that your child is
Shut
always
them
scared
up.
to talk to you about,
I mean, my own mother tells my
girls,
father, and my I'm like,
sexuality.
why am I telling you? Why am I telling only you are not you together? So I don't like the midnight whispering because your story and the following. My dad is looking at it.
Wait, wait,
Your mom told me everything. Your mom
I
told
do
me
not like
everything.
that.
I feel like that's because you have not been able to probably like you don't speak to them differently.
My darling.
So there are
Do you
things
know that our
that there are
parents are
things I
getting
tell.
bored. So
See,
that their
fathers and
husband is
mothers,
that
they are
their
the
closest
biggest
friend right
amigos
now.
ever.
Of course,
They will still
of course.
tell
We
him.
talk
Of
about
course.
you.
Okay, let's not go that far. In relationships, don't tell anybody. Does it include your partner?
Which is so annoying
There's
because
this-
when you break up now, your partner will know different secrets about your friends.
Your friends. So now let's talk
But
about
then
the
there's
next
this
thing.
trend that when they pick up the video, when your best friend calls you that, okay, this thing I want to tell you, but don't tell anybody, and then the boyfriend or your husband just shows
Shake
up.
his head.
Yeah, you shake his head like,
It doesn't include them,
doesn't
to be
include
honest.
them.
Let's talk about conflict resolution. Let's not focus on family now. Let's talk of friends. Our friends have caught us one time or the other. What do we do when it comes to resolving conflict?
We move.
For me, I stopped sending you meme.
Period.
First thing first.
no
The
Instagram
reels,
post again. I will
the
not
Instagram
tag you.
reels that I
So for any of my
you,
friends, if I've stopped tagging you on Instagram, just know that me and you are not friends again.
we're not friends.
Are
At
you
that
even on
moment,
Instagram? You that you're talking. When last were you on Instagram?
This is how you know that you are no longer with your friend. Because I'm not sending you anything. That's part of it.
my.
so, God's beauty. What are your conflict resolution skills?
Conflict resolution skills.
I think I already have your answer. I mean, you're asking her.
Delete.
I don't know.
She moves away.
See, the thing is, it's not like I don't want to keep people in my space and all of these things. I am just trying as much as possible not to have heartbreak, for me to start overthinking.
Why are you thinking of heartbreak in that sweet relationship
See,
or friendship?
no, that's why I'm trying as much as possible not to build. So that's why we have other names. We have acquaintance, we have neighbor.
You cannot do this
neighbor
life
meal.
alone.
Kenny,
I'm serious. You cannot do this life alone.
explain that.
You get bored. I stay by myself. I mean, over the years, before things change for me, and I tell you, it gets bored. I love my space. I'm more productive when I'm alone. I think when I'm alone. I read better when I'm alone. But then it also gets boring. There are times that you need somebody to listen to you.
So I
you
heard
need
that
someone.
there's
So
a
it gets
fact-
boring. You cannot do this life alone.
There's-
Acquaintance is not your friend. Colleague is not. Mr. Nuruddin is Mr. Nuruddin. I
See,
cannot bring my life story and table it for him to listen.
you have to grow in it. This is something that you have to grow. It's something that did not just happen one at a time. It's something you have to grow, right? And that's why even when they're telling you something around, if you want to play or if you want to do something, go get a hobby, go to gym and all of those things. Like, why do you think certain people do certain kind of things? You see certain persons tell you that, oh, I'm doing this, not really because they want to, but because of, in order for them to also, find better mechanisms of trying to be alone, trying to, feel better and all of those things.
Well,
see,
trying
I want to say this quote.
Okay.
Pastor Lazarus said you cannot stay by yourself. You saying you are alone, it means you are intentionally cutting people off. You don't like us. Only you don't like to build friendship.
Nah,
Although different
this is-
strokes for different folks. Let me hear
That's the
from
thing.
Oluchi.
I was going to say this quote. I almost forgot it.
Try.
There's this quote I saw that being alone is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
See,
Oluchi
where do
2024.
you get this quote from?
Oluchi
Don't whine me.
2024.
Don't even whine me there.
Where did you get this quote
Because
from?
the truth is God's
But
beauty.
because it's
We
a
can
quote doesn't
never-
mean it's
Are we
actually
It's very
talking
true.
to God's
Okay.
beauty today?
What
I don't
happened to
know.
anybody that is
Egbami
in
Suru,
her
I know.
group chat?
Heartland.
Hi!
Anybody-
I need therapy.
She needs to be a guest for Heartline. But
One
that's true. You
story
can
at a
never do
time,
this
Abi.
life alone. One thing with human beings is that we tend to abuse things. So because there's a lot of abuse on relationships and
Yeah.
abuse on friendship, we might think that every friendship is like that, but there are friendships that are worth it. You're a Christian. You know
Hallelujah.
David and Jonathan,
Yes,
don't you, my sister?
I know.
Exactly. And these people built their friendship.
They'll have to get out.
Okay,
Conflict
But you
resolution.
guys
for
never
me.
answer my question. What is
my
your
God.
conflict resolution method?
skills,
Yeah.
She hasn't
Communication.
directly said exactly. She hasn't directly said it.
Communication, talk about it. If it's something that we can sort, I'm open. I want us to sort
And
this and
reconciliation.
reconcile. That's the
Eh-heh.
point of forgiveness. That
Na so.
reconciliation should come out of it.
Na
But if
so.
it's looking like it cannot happen,
Na so.
and it's okay.
But you've made effort.
I will make an effort. We're going to communicate and talk about
God,
it and see how to
abeg.
resolve issues.
I think conflict resolution for me, I'll first disappear. Then when I appear, it means that I've gone through everything. I've gone through all the emotions.
Yeah,
I've hated
you've
you, I've
dealt with
liked
it.
you, I've thought about, not killing you, but I've thought about so many things. And then when I come back, I can now tell you, oh, what you did hurt me. Maybe even friends, family, I'll just say what you did hurt me. If you now reply me with one shady,
I like that strategy,
shady
actually.
looking answer, it means that even you have not thought about it and I just wasted my time.
I think it
thinking
depends on the
about
kind of person. I think it depends on what exactly the relationship you guys had, or you guys like share before the whole, dirty whatever. I mean, if it's certain persons that I really don't think, like, normal, you can actually do that and I will be so less concerned. I don't think there's actually a need for me to now start coming to you when you already know, especially when you already know that you've actually faulted something. I find it
No,
weird. I find it weird.
Type of
No. The
of
only
this thing.
reason
I cannot keep a child with you for 3 months because the mentality of the child would have been refined.
God, I
So
beg.
the only
We
reason
really
why
do
I reach
not have
out
time,
to,
ladies.
regardless of whatever, the only reason why I reach out is because I'm trying to deal with it myself, not
Yourself.
for the person.
Okay,
I'm trying
that
to deal
works,
with
that
myself. So
works.
if you now give me a very shady answer, I know that, okay, you want it to end. This is me. I've gone through my emotions. I've forgiven you somewhere in the box, but I just need you to accept that you have done something wrong, and then we close it for that.
And before
for
I
that
ask my
chapter.
last question, let me just answer the question I asked. For me, when I'm angry, I tend to raise my voice, and I don't like raising my voice. So I like to have communication with you in person. I believe communication should be done eyeball to eyeball. I want to understand your language, the intention, the way at which you did what you do. Why did you do it? Was it on purpose? So communication for me is the go-to, but not online communication. Let's see in person. Let me understand. Why did you really do it? Do you mean your apologies, or do you have plans to do it to me again next time? So I think my conflict resolution will be communication. For you, you might not take a long time before you're ready to have that communication. But I think physical communication over chicken and chips, over food,
Chicken and
works.
chips. I like that one. I'm gonna forgive you.
Because
straight
the
up.
mood when you're eating,
Straight up,
when
straight up.
you're eating, there's a way we should talk about things. The anger is suppressed. Even when you're going through life problems, when you're eating, you're thinking about that
God will
problem.
bless you for that.
Amen.
Food monger.
It works. I mean, you
So
cannot
well.
be going through a lot and
so
you are
well.
thinking you're not eating. But when you're eating, maybe even if it's just 3-1 chicken and cheese, even if it's just pasta that you
And I'll
made
be
in
saying,
the house,
I
and
don't
say,
like what you
God,
did."
I need to do this thing. No, but so it makes that thinking less easy. So on the final note, why do you think relationships fade off?
Because the person is,
Why
I
is
hear
it
you,
the
yeah.
person? Why is it not you?
Wait, I hear you. Now, look at this. So you have a certain person that is doing one particular thing, and I mean this person also still
It's just the
clamors
faster
for, and this
answer.
person still also clamors for, we can communicate, we can do this, we can do that, and the next minute, you both of us just communicated though that this is what you did is wrong. The next minute you're doing another thing again that did not make any sense, and you think we should keep having conversations
Back
about the
and
things
forth.
that. Come on now, there's no time for that. Nobody has time
You know
for
what I'll
that.
say? Why relationship fade is because we are hypocrites and we always think that people should be perfect. You want to expect perfectionism from people when you know you yourself, you are somebody that, what's that word? Work in progress, what they call it. So I think we should give grace to people. Learn to extend grace
I wanted to mention,
people.
yes, I wanted to mention that as much as people have hurt me, I've also hurt
Hurt
people
people.
intentionally or
Sure,
unintentionally. So I think that the reason why it fades off is because it takes two to play the game, and
Yeah.
if one person is falling out, naturally to just die like
die,
that.
yeah.
And so that's how I think friendships or relationships.
My
will
last
just fade off.
proverb, when two people work
Hey.
together, they will definitely step on them.
Or
Say we agree.
2024.
How many have I dropped now? Two.
12.
Come for more.
Okay, so for me, I would say devise your own devise your own strategy
Skills,
to keep in
whatever.
friendship and families.
Yeah.
Your friends will always come true for you. Your families will always come true for you. You cannot, as against God's Beauty's opinion, you cannot do this life alone.
Can you imagine this people?
God bless Nigeria. God bless your family. God bless your friends. Hold them tight and be that type of person that you're expecting from people. Till we come your way again tomorrow, stay sharp.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?